Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Cole Boone, and today I just want to let you guys know what my top 10 movies of 2013 were. So, before I begin my list, I just want to name off some honorable mentions that just barely missed it. It was a really good year in movies, so I just want to give these movies some credit. American Hustle, really enjoyed that. Thought it was a great cast. 12 Years a Slave, really powerful, moving movie. I really did appreciate what Steve McQueen did with that. Dallas Buyers Club, you gotta give credit to Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto in this one. They were phenomenal, and they were both very worthy of their Academy Award wins, I feel like. Gravity, as you can see, I'm a fan of Gravity, but just barely missed out in my top 10. Very good movie though. Sandra Bullock was great, as I think she is. I really enjoy her movies. And The Spectacular Now. Miles Teller and Shailene Woodley are two rising stars that I'm going to keep my eyes out on. And I really enjoyed that movie. It's a great indie film. If you haven't seen it, go check that one out. You will enjoy it. So, without further ado, I would like to get into my top 10 movies of 2013 and let you all know what I picked. So, coming in at number 10 is probably my favorite action fantasy genre film of the year, and that is The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug. I really thought it was a major improvement on The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. You get a lot more action than you did in the original. It's the shortest of all Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings Hobbit movies, so I think that benefited it as well. Martin Freeman is very good as Bilbo, I feel like. He was a great casting choice. Originally, I wasn't too sure about him because I hadn't seen Sherlock, which I have now, and I love him in that show. So he's very good in the movie. And Benedict Cumberbatch as Smaug, he was great, very menacing, and with that kind of voice, hell, I can see why. Coming in at my number 9 spot, I have what I feel like was one of the more underrated movies of 2013, and that is Rush, directed by Ron Howard. Really love this film. I didn't know too much going into it. I saw a trailer like a week before I decided to go see it, and I was really blown away. Great performances by Chris Hemsworth and Daniel Bruhl. I really like seeing Chris Hemsworth do these smaller kind of roles and not the big action films, because it just shows you that he's a dedicated actor and he cares about what he's doing, which I appreciate. Daniel Bruhl, I had never even heard of him before, never seen of him, and he was great in the movie. He was one of my favorite supporting actors from last year, and I thought he did deserve to be nominated at the Academy Awards, but that did not happen. And yeah, the action was great. The races were great. The Formula One races that I don't usually watch on TV, but I was really into it in this movie. So if you haven't seen Rush, go check it out. You will enjoy it, I feel like. Just great racing movie and great acting. Coming in at my number 8 spot is in a Best Picture nominee from last year. And I don't think many people saw it, but I would highly suggest that you do. And that is Nebraska. Stars Bruce Dern and Will Forte as father and son, respectively. And it is one of those small films that it's just so simple and it's so sweet at the same time. It's filmed in black and white, directed by Alexander Payne. And there's something about it that just makes you feel good inside. So if you want to go see just a movie that will make you feel good and feel that sympathy for certain characters, go see Nebraska. I don't think many people have seen it, and it really did deserve that Best Picture nomination. It really is one of my favorite films from last year. So go check it out if you haven't yet. My number 7 best movie of 2013 is going to be Prisoners, starring Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. And man, is it a dark movie. It may not be for everyone, but for me, I was just on the edge of my seat the entire time. My eyes were glued to the screen. The performances were spectacular. Hugh Jackman did deserve a nomination, but I feel like this is a very overlooked film. So if you haven't seen it yet, definitely do so. It is one of the hidden gems of 2013, I feel like, and I loved it. I own it on Blu-ray. I watch it here and then just for the performances and the powerful story. It is a great film. Go check it out. I highly recommend it. My number 6 movie on my list it's a controversial movie, I feel like, but it was very good at the same time, and that is The Wolf of Wall Street. This is the best performance Leonardo DiCaprio has ever given on film, and he has given numerous great performances, and just really interested in this story of a man that does these bad, debaucherous things, and you just want to keep watching to see what he does with his life, you know? I love Jonah Hill in the movie as well. I think he is a great dramatic actor, very underrated in that category. But yeah, The Wolf of Wall Street at 3 hours long, I was interested the entire time. I've seen it several times now. It is a great movie. It definitely is not for everyone, but you gotta give credit to Martin Scorsese on this one. He knocks it out of the park again. What can you say? So yeah, Wolf of Wall Street, number 6 on my list. Coming in at number 5 on my list is a movie I did see recently, but I feel like it does deserve a spot on this list and this high on my list, in my top 5. And that movie is Her. Directed by Spike Jonze, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson. This movie is one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. I will say there are some weird and awkward scenes in this movie, but putting that aside, if you just listen to the dialogue in this movie and what's being said and just looking at it, it is so beautiful. I'll be honest, I was in tears a few times. This is a beautiful movie. Joaquin Phoenix, he was great in the role, and I feel like he really was underrated. He was just so good. And Scarlett Johansson, just listening to her voice, I really felt like it was someone you could love, and that is beautiful, I feel like. So yeah, Her is worthy of being in the top 5. I love it. It's just a great, great movie. Coming in at my number 4 spot is the movie The Way, Way Back. It was an independent film from last summer. It had Steve Carell in it, Toni Collette, Sam Rockwell, Maya Rudolph, a bunch of actors. And man, was this just a fun movie. It's a great summer movie. It just gets me in the mood to go to the water park, go have fun with my friends, you know? It's just a great coming of age movie. Steve Carell plays the loser stepdad. You really do despise him in this movie, and I don't ever despise Steve Carell. He's one of the nicest guys around. So to see him do that in this movie, gotta give him props for that. And Sam Rockwell, he is, oh my god, one of the most underrated actors out there. He is so good in this movie. He plays the owner of the water park, and man, he's just got so much charisma, and you really want to get to know this guy. It was great. So yeah, if you haven't seen The Way, Way Back, which I feel like maybe not a lot of people have since it was a summer independent movie, go check it out. You really will enjoy it. It's a great family film. And yeah, I love this movie, and it rightfully deserves my number 4 spot. Alright, we're getting into the top 3. So yeah, coming in at my number 3 spot is Lone Survivor. Directed by Peter Berg, starring Mark Wahlberg, Ben Foster, Taylor Kitsch, Emile Hirsch. Man, this movie, it just gets at you. It is so intense at times and so emotional at the same time. I feel like Peter Berg really was focusing on this story, and he wanted to tell it. He wanted to tell it right, to respect the people that actually went through it, and I really gotta give him credit for it. I thought he did a great job with it. The acting is great. Mark Wahlberg, I love how he can do dramatic very well as comedy. He is one of the better actors out there. And yeah, Lone Survivor is a great war movie. One of the best we've seen in a long time, and I loved it. It actually got a 5 out of 5 stars from me. So yeah, go check out Lone Survivor. It will be out on Blu-ray soon, and I will be picking it up. The second best movie I feel like I saw in 2013 is Mud. It is directed by Jeff Nichols, stars Matthew McConaughey, Ty Sheridan, Reese Witherspoon, Michael Shannon. Very small movie. Is an independent movie that played last summer as well. It is a hidden gem for sure. One of the best coming of age stories I've seen. You get this like Mark Twain feels with it. So if you enjoy stories like that, like Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn, you kind of get that in this movie, which I really liked. Matthew McConaughey is great as Mud. You really feel for him and you want him to succeed. It's just a great story. I feel like Jeff Nichols is going to be a great up and coming talent that deserves to get more work, bigger budget movies, because that guy is a visionary director. So if you haven't seen Mud yet, I think it's on Netflix right now. So if you have that, go check it out. I own it on Blu-ray. It is a great movie. It got a 5 out of 5 stars from me, and I really enjoyed it. It was just a great story with great acting, and yeah, it rightfully deserves the number 2 spot on my list. Alright, here it is. So coming in at my number 1, the best movie I saw in 2013 is Captain Phillips. It's directed by Paul Greengrass. It stars Tom Hanks, newcomer Barkhad Abdi, and Catherine Keener. And man, is this just a tense movie. The acting is great. Paul Greengrass really directs it well. I'm not a big fan of shaky cam, but the way he uses it in this movie, you believe it, and it feels right for the movie and where the setting they're at. And I really feel like Tom Hanks was so underrated. Like, he deserved to potentially win the Academy Award for Best Actor last year. He was that good in this movie. It's a return to form for him. He had me at the end of this movie. He had me moved to tears from his performance. Barkhad Abdi as the lead Somali pirate. He was great in the movie. Nobody had ever heard of him, and now he's big time. So you gotta give him credit for giving such a great performance. And I just give this movie my number 1 pick because it's the movie that moved me the most and that I enjoyed the most, and it was just a great thriller. You know, I'm on my edge of the seat the whole entire time, and I really enjoyed the performances, the direction, everything about it is just great. So there you have it. That is my top 10 movies from 2013. Hit up the comments section. Let me know what your top 10 movies from 2013 were. I feel like we've all had enough time to digest and really think about what the best ones were. And I gotta say that these were my top 10 after looking back. So yeah, comment, let me know what yours were. Like this video if you enjoyed it. And subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm planning on doing more wide release reviews, classic reviews, TV Tuesdays, Blu-ray reviews, a lot of different stuff. So it's gotta be something you would like. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.